guys, welcome to another video. So I wanted to do another one of these topic talk videos just because I really prefer it, for me personally, to film these rather than just talking about one topic and putting it in a video, because I feel like that doesn't answer a lot of your questions. And yeah, like obviously if I ever have a topic that I want to cover and talk a lot about, I will put it in its own video and do a video just on that alone. But for today's video, all of these topics are like ideas from you guys that you wanted me to talk about. So yeah, I just thought that this way, you know, doing these kind of videos means that I can answer like all of your guys' questions, not so much questions, but like talk about the topics that you want me to talk about, like all in one. And I was going to read the questions off of my laptop here, but my laptop's being an absolute a-hole and it's not working. The first question is how to intuitively eat after being on a meal plan and calorie counting. This is a really good question, and I can't believe that I've never spoke about it before, because it is one of those things that, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people think about this at least once in their recovery if they don't like struggle with it. It's just something that everyone is very aware of. But yeah, intuitively eating is something that does like come with time and confidence. But yeah, for me personally, it's one of those things where I don't feel like it's like, you know, one day you wake up and you think, okay, I'm gonna have to teach myself to do this. I think it's one of those things that comes naturally as your confidence grows and your feelings towards food get more positive. So like for me, I was following a meal plan, and then eventually, you know, I just kind of started to add snacks, or I'd like up my intake. Like I wasn't planning on doing it, but it just happened. Because while a meal plan is great, you don't want to be following it for the rest of your life. It's kind of just there as a guideline for as long as you need, until you get back on track and you can eat intuitively. And calorie counting is also something that like you will grow out of the habit of, but it's a bit different like to the other things that I just spoke about. Like I did find that I had to make myself cut calorie counting out altogether, just like I did with weighing myself, because they're just such unhealthy habits. Like I do not think calorie counting in recovery is a good idea at all. I know that you might think it's a good idea to like make sure you're eating enough calories, like that's a very safe behaviour, and I just personally don't think it's very healthy to calorie count in recovery. Don't think about the calories, think about like the amount of food you're having, as in like if you're having enough meals, or if you're listening to your hunger cues and you're eating when you're hungry, even if that's not necessarily at meal time or even at snack time. And of course that's something you can like work towards as well. But yeah, I think intuitively eating and calorie counting, I do think it's a lot more healthier mentally to just cut it out, and physically to just cut it out altogether, because it held me back a lot, and it was one of the things that I just had to cut out because it was just so unhealthy. And yeah, I just made sure, you know, that I was eating. I feel like with a meal plan you don't really need to calorie count because you've got your guideline there anyway, and it's a very irrelevant piece of information, like if you think about it. Like yes, you might be eating like 1,000 calories, but it could be of like clean foods, and that's a completely different like kind of intake to eating 1,000 calories of like saturated fats or sugars and that kind of stuff. I let my meal plan be my guide, so if I knew I was following my meal plan roughly, I knew I was eating enough, I didn't have to check my calories. And yeah, intuitively eating is just one of those things that you find becomes like natural as you progress in your recovery and as your confidence grows towards food. And if that's taking a while, then that's okay. Like it will take as long as you need. It's not like a step-to-step guide. I can't like tell you how to do it. Someone asked me to speak about food guilt, so you know, feeling guilty when you eat, and also body confidence. I'll go through body confidence really quickly because I've spoke about this a lot before, and I will probably do a video on this. Body confidence is something that comes during recovery, and you can't like flick a switch and make yourself love your body. It comes, so so naturally, but also slowly. Like, I reckon it's not until the past couple of months, you know, when I started recovering 2 years ago, it's not until the last couple of months that I really have learnt that body confidence isn't just loving what your body looks like now, it is love, or like, you know, being able to feed your body enough so you're not like skeletal. It's loving your body no matter what it looks like, even if it's like, you know, bigger than, you know, it could be. You know, whether you're like just naturally very, very slim, whether you're naturally like really large and like curvy. It's literally like loving your body no matter what, like out of all of the things that could happen to it or whatever. It is, I don't know how to say it, but like I really want to get this right because it's really important to me, because it's like the best thing that happened to me in recovery was, of course, my relationship with food is like not amazing. I am still working on it, and I'll touch on that soon as well, probably in my next what I ate today, which will be my next video, by the way. But yeah, it is, you know, it's still amazing, my relationship with food, and of course that's like made my life so much better too, but my relationship with my body and like the confidence is absolutely life-changing, and it's my favourite thing to come out of my recovery. And I feel like I've really nailed it on the head, body confidence, finally. It took nearly 20 years, but I love it. And, you know, I feel like I am probably one of the only people at this age, like I'm not even 20. Usually at this age, people do have at least one thing they hate about their body, but I do not hate one thing about my body. Just because, like, it just wastes so much time, it really, really does. And I wish that just by explaining it, I could make other people believe it and see it too, but it's not that simple. And I think that is one thing that people with eating disorders are lucky to have a chance at, is to, you know, to be able to accept our bodies this much. But I feel like at this age, and honestly at like most ages, there's at least one thing that people don't like about themselves and they wish they could change it. And yeah, you know, it's sad when my friends are like, oh, I hate this, I hate that, because I'm like, yeah, but don't. Like, would your life really be better if this thing was different? And it's okay to say like, oh, I'd like, you know, it'd be good if I didn't have this. You might want to change something about yourself, but as long as you know that if that thing wasn't to be changed, you're still absolutely fine, as you are naturally. I love how I was like, oh, I just want to briefly talk about this, and then I like, that's probably like the longest question I've answered, the longest answer I've given today.